All right, we did it. We're on the last tutorial. So now you're going to go in and learn to align it. Let's go. Come on. There you go, computer. You got to talk to your computer sometimes and tell it how nice it is. All right. So this is what it says. Align it. While building, you may need to line up shapes. So let's try aligning them. Okay, continue to the next step. There's different ways we can align the shapes. And in order to do so, we need to select all the different shapes, and then we can see what it's going to look like. So it says, select all the box shapes by holding the Shift key on the keyboard and clicking on each box. Thunk, thunk. I hate that drop down. Thunk. Okay. So if I zoom out a little bit, you can see I've got all three shapes. It tells me up here I've got all three shapes. Now that I have those, though, we're going to go to the Align button. It's over here by the group. If you hover on it, sometimes it drops down and tells you, this is the Align button. I'm going to click on it. And it's going to show us all these little handles, all these big black buttons. And it's going to preview what happens if we click each one of those buttons. Okay. Now, we're going to align to the bottom. So we want all of these boxes to all be nice on the work plane. So it says instructions, clicking on any of the alignment handles will move the shapes into the align position. The undo button on the toolbar, that must be up here on the toolbar, will let it change back to the original position. It says try to align the boxes on the work plane to the front box. So we all want them in a line there. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click here. That lines them all up this way. I can also remember rotate my view cube to see around things. Okay, and I'm going to align them all down to the bottom. So let's see. Let's look from the top. Okay, so you can keep looking around. If we all align them to the front, if I click this red button, they're all aligned on top of each other. Okay, but we want them down here. So let's undo this a little bit. Okay, so we're going to click the Align button, and we want them all in the front row. So let's bring them all down to the bottom, and then let's bring them all to the front row. There we go. So clicking around on those different Align buttons are going to help you line things up. All right, when you've got a picture of your boxes aligned, however you want them lined up, take a screenshot, put it into the slideshow. And at this point, if you've done tutorials number 1 through 10, turn the slideshow in the Google Classroom. All right. Now that you've finished and you've taken your screenshot and you've turned it into Google Classroom, you're going to move on to the next step. And those are going to be some of the lessons where you're actually going to make something by moving and combining these shapes. Great job, everyone.